season. You may be wondering why I look like such an idiot. I'll stick up there. The sun is right in my eyes, so it's just the way it's gotta be. You know, gotta do what you gotta do. I'm overlooking a spot. There was a buck that came through this morning. Got on camera at 10 o'clock. So I can't imagine he's moved a whole lot. That makes me believe that he's in this timber here. So I've got to be very, very quiet. It's 2:47 right now. I'm already really uncomfortable. Sitting on the ground, if you can't tell. My forehead's starting to hurt from this little makeshift contraption I got going up top. And my butt is also hurting. I might try and find some sort of way of propping myself up so I'm level. But anyway, long story short, gun season. Buck's been in here multiple times. The wind is not great for just about any stand, except for possibly one, which is about 30 yards away. But I wanted to sit down here since I've got a gun and just be able to shoot this pasture, because I can shoot in there already if something comes out. But now I can shoot this pasture because he's screwed me before going this way. So if he does it again tonight, he ain't gonna screw me again, I'll tell you that much. Ain't gonna happen. Anyway. So yeah, deer, a little bit uncomfortable, and ground hunting, it's about sums it up. Well, I can't really tell if that's focused, just because there's such a glare in my eyes. But deer number one of the night. Meh. Hopefully we took off that way. That kind of worries me. There's blood, okay. Okay, now he's really bleeding. We're starting to go up here a ways. There's more blood. Okay. Alright, so I'm back on the trail here. And he started spraying. I think he's got to be up here. I wouldn't say that there's a ton of blood, but pretty sure that I lunged him. Or double lunged. Blood. Yeah. He ain't gonna go too far. I mean, there's blood coming out right over there. He's spraying pretty good. What the world is that? Maybe that's a berry or something? Yeah, it's a berry. There's nothing down there. Oh yeah, I see a bunch of blood. Oh yeah. I think we're gonna have a dead deer at the end of this trail. If I can get on the trail. He ain't going too far. Jimmy Christmas. Feels slippery. And the snow makes things a lot easier. Hey, he's gonna be just over here, I bet. Or if he's stopped there. Okay, now I'm a little confused. Where in the heck did he go after that? There's that up there. Why would he just stop waiting? Like, okay. And he bedded. That's not good. That's not good. That means he was probably one of those deer. Alright. I know we went back up that way. I think what I'm gonna do is get out, give him some more time, I guess. Let's see if he went out this pasture. I'm actually going to put the camera up. I don't know if I'll shoot him again. Well, this is him. This buck, I believe to be either 6 or 7. 6 for sure. I'd actually gotten pictures of him, not entirely positive, but I believe in 2014 as a 2-year-old. And surprisingly enough, that was a mile north of here. The year after that, he kind of disappeared. Didn't see him. But he came back the following year, I believe in 2016, as a 4.5. That year he was a 10-pointer. The last year, he was, I believe, a 9-pointer, similar to this year. I think this year he actually would have been his biggest had he not broke everything off. He's a lot wider this year than he was last year. Basically got the same frame though. And I'll have pictures that'll pop up and be able to show you. But my grandpa actually found this shed not too far from here. I'm not exactly sure where he found it, but I know it was basically over in this part of the timber here. So that's pretty cool. Track job was a little bit harder than I thought. I actually went in at a little bit before 4 o'clock this morning because he went on to the neighbors. There was a gate down at the bottom of the road that I should have shut, and if I would have shut it, he probably wouldn't have crossed it. Fortunately enough, the neighbor was kind enough to let me get on there and get him. I went and talked to him last night. And last night I'd actually went in there a little bit and found that I had my red wicked light, and I was shining it just to be sure if there was no eyes watching me. And sure enough, I believe he was still alive. Unfortunately, I'm not sure when he died, but I came back within 12 hours and he was dead. And there was possibly 8 beds total within a 30-yard span, and he just never stopped bleeding. So shot was a little back. I should have taken more time when I stopped him to basically adjust, because right when he stopped is when I pulled the trigger. So I need to just be a little bit more patient next year. Either way, I'm glad I found him,
glad the coyotes didn't get to him first, and it's just awesome to put this. I mean, he's no giant, but an old deer is a better trophy than anything else, regardless of what's on his head. And I would have shot him if he was, broken off and everything else. I mean, more than he is. But anyway, just happy to be sitting beside this deer. This is the first time I'd ever seen him, so within 5 years of hunting, possibly 4. That's just the way it is. Wasn't expecting him to come out there. I was actually expecting a different buck, which would have been a little bit bigger. But as soon as he stepped out, I was like, this deer, I know exactly who he is, and not gonna let him get away on the first time I see him. So luckily, I filled my tag on him. Tagged out for this year. Gonna try and get somebody else on a deer, and see if we can't get another one.